Kicking off today's video, we have the sight of a homemade truck hauling logs effortlessly through dense forest trails. The engine roars with power, the wheels roll steadily over red dirt paths. Its bulky frame moves surprisingly smoothly. Heavy logs are stacked high in the back, swaying with every turn of the wheels. This homemade beast isn't flashy, but it's powerful. It weaves through narrow paths, navigates around tree stumps and rough terrain with grace and strength. An impressive start. Let's keep watching to see how far this homemade machine can go. What about this truck? Even with heavy rain, the road turning slick and muddy, it still crawls steadily through the rugged trails, hauling massive logs, pushing to get out of the forest before nightfall. The engine roars, the wheels turn slowly but firmly, mud splashes with every roll of the tires, the chassis shakes, but it keeps moving forward, refusing to give up. Huge logs are stacked high in the back, the path is slippery and treacherous, trying to hold it back. But the truck remains persistent and strong, like a warrior pressing on, unstoppable by any obstacle. Will it make it out of the woods before the rain gets worse? A real challenge. Slippery roads, steep descent and a sharp turn. But the homemade truck powered through it all with spectacular precision. Oh, truly impressive! This homemade truck is showcasing its power in the most convincing way. Sometimes it carries nearly a dozen people climbing through steep, rocky trails. Other times it hauls a massive load of timber rolling effortlessly over muddy dirt paths. The wheels spin steadily, the engine roars with strength. No matter how harsh the terrain, this homemade truck pushes forward, never hesitating, never slowing down. Its power is truly incredible. What it accomplishes is remarkable, rivaling even the toughest heavy-duty machines. The car roared like a monster trying to get through the mud. Look at that! In front of us is a bustling scene. A group of workers diligently loading cotton onto trucks. Large sacks filled with fluffy white cotton are stacked one after another. The strong arms of the workers move swiftly, lifting and passing each bag with precision. The atmosphere is both busy and well coordinated. The trucks are lined up, their beds wide open, one by one. The cotton bales are loaded neatly and securely. Every truck that rolls out carries tons of cotton, ready to be delivered to manufacturing factories, beginning a new journey. A beautiful scene of hard work, filled with life and efficiency. Look at that! An incredible display of power from these military trucks. Rows of massive machines, sturdy frames, reinforced steel armor, all moving forward with strength and authority. The engines roar with intensity, the wheels crush the ground beneath them. Each truck rolls in perfect formation, creating a scene that is grand and awe-inspiring. Whether it's rugged terrain, muddy paths, or steep hills, these trucks push forward relentlessly, without hesitation. Truly an impressive show of strength and pride. The scene of the accident is truly severe. A truck lies wrecked at the bottom of a steep ravine. The cab is completely crushed, twisted out of shape. Evidence that it was likely moving at high speed before it lost control and plunged down. The atmosphere is tense. 2 recovery trucks are working in tandem. Thick steel cables are hooked to the mangled frame, stretched so tight they vibrate. Engines roar. The cables creak loudly, and slowly the truck is pulled back up from the depths, its steel frame scraping against the rough ground. Above, curious locals crowd around, lining the roadside, eyes fixed on every movement, every pull of the cable. The tension is almost palpable, the air thick with anticipation. An intense and dramatic rescue operation. A heart-pounding uphill attempt, but it didn't make it. The truck roared, its wheels spun furiously against the steep incline, but just as it neared the top, it suddenly came to a halt. A gasp of fear. The truck began to slide back, completely out of control, its wheels skidding down the slope, dust and dirt flying everywhere. Onlookers held their breath, fearing the worst. But luckily, after a long, tense slide, the truck finally came to a safe stop with no crashes or rollovers. A truly nerve-wracking moment, but incredibly fortunate. Oh my God, I was really scared. A massive chain reaction accident. A lineup of luxury cars cruising down the highway, suddenly involved in a multiple car collision, each one slamming into the rear of the one ahead. The sound of impact echoed loudly, glass shattered everywhere. The hoods were scratched and dented. The once polished paint now scraped and scuffed. One car after another, like dominoes falling in sequence. The scene was chaotic, drivers stepping out with shocked and worried expressions. A dramatic moment with no small amount of damage. Look at that! A homemade truck, fully loaded with logs, is crossing a massive river. The water rushes fiercely, swirling around its wheels, but it pushes forward. Smoke billows from its exhaust. The engine roars with power, each turn of the wheel steady and determined. Every roll brings it closer to the other side. The chassis shakes with each wave, but it holds firm. The massive logs stacked high remain perfectly stable. Absolutely spectacular. A homemade machine, yet strong and resilient. conquering the raging waters, leaving everyone watching in absolute awe. Look at that! The logging truck is slowly reversing onto the weighbridge. Carefully and precisely, its wheels roll steadily onto the solid steel platform. Massive logs are stacked high in the back. The driver skillfully maneuvers to place the entire weight on the scale. People nearby watch closely, their eyes fixed on the digital display as the numbers start climbing. How many tons of wood? The numbers tick up steadily, the weight adding up. A moment of suspense and anticipation to discover the true total load. Let's wait and see the final result. Look at that! The fully loaded truck is descending a muddy, slippery slope with spectacular control. The experienced driver handles it smoothly. Wheels turn steadily. Logs remain secure in the back. Truly impressive. Truly impressive. The homemade truck speeds down the asphalt with surprising power, gliding smoothly, rivaling even commercial trucks. Oh my God, I have never seen anything like this anywhere else in the world. Such a crazy way to load wood. It's just a small truck, but these Vietnamese guys have piled it sky high with logs. They even stacked wood all over the hood, covering the front bumper entirely. The scene is both terrifying and majestic. It feels like one strong gust of wind could send it all crashing down. They are truly daring and fearless, pushing the limits, testing the truck's strength to its absolute max. Look at that! A long line of trucks stretched out, their wheels sunk deep into the thick mud, almost locked into the ground. The scene is chaotic as each truck waits for its turn to push through. Engines roar, wheels spin frantically, but the heavy mud holds them back. With stubborn resistance, mud splatters everywhere, engines rumble loudly, drivers wait patiently, eyes focused, hands gripping the wheel, ready for their chance. Will they make it through this muddy challenge? A tough journey, filled with struggle, but also unyielding determination. Clever. The truck in front successfully crosses the muddy pit, then quickly attaches a strong cable to the truck behind. Slowly, the engine roars with power. The rear truck begins to slide out of the mud, inch by inch. One after another, they line up, each one pulling the next, forming a chain of teamwork and strength to conquer the muddy path. A smart and united effort. Oh my God! The container truck lost control, speeding down the road at a terrifying pace. Its frame shook violently, the wheels screeched against the asphalt, brakes screamed, dust and smoke billowed up behind it. Just inches away, it almost slammed into the cars traveling on the road. Onlookers gasped, their eyes filled with shock, watching every second unfold. A truly horrifying scene, yet incredibly lucky. Take a look. This is the process of transporting waste paper from the collection site to the manufacturing plant. Bundles of compressed paper are stacked neatly, waiting to be shipped. The grappling machine gets to work, its powerful arm lifting each paper bale high, carefully loading each massive block onto the waiting truck bed. The movements are precise and steady, stacking the paper securely and efficiently. Once the truck is fully loaded, the driver secures the cargo, then starts the engine, getting ready to transport the waste paper to the recycling factory, giving old paper a new life. An efficient and well-organized process. A tense scene. The truck attempted to climb the hill, but failed, ending up overturned by the roadside. Its frame lay on its side, wheels in the air, mud and debris scattered everywhere. Nearby, an excavator moved into position, its heavy bucket carefully hooked onto the truck's frame. Bit by bit, it began to hoist the truck back up, the sound of metal scraping, wheels shifting, and the ground slightly giving way. Will they get it back on the road safely? A truly skillful and powerful rescue operation. And here we go again. Another truck lost control and ended up overturned by the roadside. The cab is dented, wheels up in the air, mud and debris scattered everywhere. Right now, recovery operations are underway. A rescue machine is in position. Cables are hooked tight, slowly lifting the truck back up. The engine roars, the frame shakes, and onlookers watch anxiously. Will they manage to get it back on the road safely? A truly tense uphill climb. Even though the road is dry, the heavy load and steep incline made the ascent incredibly challenging. The engine roared with full power, the wheels turned slowly, fighting for every inch. The chassis shook, the engine screamed, the slope seemed to pull it back with every move. But with determination and strength, the truck finally made it to the top. A truly impressive performance. And just like that, we've reached the end of today's video. If these moments had you on the edge of your seat or gave you an adrenaline rush, don't hesitate to smash that like button. And make sure to hit subscribe so you won't miss any of the thrilling stories coming up next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.